Remote wonders at the edge of the world, hidden places too beautiful to be real on this earth. Where are the places with magical natural beauty that have not been visited by many people? Strange mountain ranges, waterfalls, hidden deep in the forest, or mysterious caves. How are they all formed over time? There are natural scenes that make you not believe your eyes, as if you were lost on an alien planet. Each majestic land has its own story about life, climate, and the journey of nature. If you could choose a place to get away from the city and immerse yourself in pure beauty, which destination would you choose? Let's open the door to forgotten wonders, where beauty is still silently waiting for people to discover. Cinque Terre sits beside the Mediterranean Sea, known as a place hanging on cliffs with rare step terrace architecture. Brightly colored houses are built tightly together on steep slopes, creating the feeling of falling, yet blending perfectly with nature. As sunlight changes, the house walls shift colors from pale yellow to orange and purple with each passing hour. On foggy days, the area is wrapped in floating clouds, making visitors feel like they are walking through a dream. No modern structures break the view here, as most buildings remain unchanged for hundreds of years. Cinque Terre is not just a scenic place, but a symbol of how people can shape beauty without destroying nature. Crescent Lake is a unique, natural wonder located in the heart of a dry desert, known for its crescent shape that stretches about 985 feet. Even in such a harsh and dry climate, the lake has maintained its water level for thousands of years, which scientists consider extremely rare. Around the lake, there is a small but lively ecosystem with drought-tolerant desert plants and seasonal migratory birds. The lake is historically linked to the ancient Silk Road, once serving as a vital rest stop for traveling merchants. Today, the lake is strictly protected to prevent water depletion caused by overuse and climate change. Its long-lasting presence in the burning sands stands as powerful evidence of nature's resilience and adaptability. Glowworm Caves is a mysterious limestone cave system formed over 30 million years ago, hidden beneath wild forest-covered terrain. The name in the native language means water flowing through a hole, referring to underground rivers that pass through stone cracks below ground. Natural cave structures include tall, vaulted ceilings, sharp stalactites, and silent, dark streams that feel like a path into another world. The most unique feature is the millions of glowing worms on the cave ceiling, creating a magical, artificial, starry sky in the dark. These insects shine with a chemical reaction, and their blue light helps attract prey and allows them to communicate with each other. Wetamo is not just a travel destination, but a sacred experience, reminding people of the wonder of life in complete darkness. L'Enquoi-Marances National Park is the only place on Earth where thousands of smooth white sand dunes mix with clear freshwater lakes, covering over 600 square miles. These lakes form during the rainy season, when rainwater collects between sand dunes, creating hundreds of beautiful oases in a dry land. Fish, algae, and native birds appear seasonally, forming a temporary but balanced ecosystem. Local people have long lived in harmony with nature here and tell old stories about sand that holds water. Today, the park is strictly protected, with no camping allowed and limited vehicle access to keep the natural environment safe. L'Enquoi is not only a scenic wonder, but also a rare symbol of harmony between sand, water, and life. Halong Bay is a natural wonder with over 1,900 limestone islands formed around 1.3 million years ago. It's covering nearly 600 square miles. Limestone towers up to 330 feet rise from the blue sea. Shaped like dragons, rooftops, or flags naturally carved by time, wind, and water. A special feature is the perfect reflection of these rocks on the calm sea, creating a double island world, one real, one mirrored. As the light changes throughout the day, the entire scene shifts color from misty in the morning to bright at noon and golden in the evening. Long Bay not only impresses the eyes, but also offers a deep experience that connects people with nature and timeless earth beauty. Raja Ampat is one of the rare places on Earth that still preserves its completely untouched nature. Surrounded by over 1,500 limestone islands across the deep blue ocean. The name for kings comes from 4 dragon eggs that hatched into kings ruling the main islands, giving the region a mystical and ancient feel. Its underwater scenery is one of the richest marine ecosystems on the planet, with over 600 coral species and around 1,500 types of fish living in multi-layered reefs. A rare natural phenomenon known as two-color water can be seen here due to the difference in depth and sunlight reflecting off coral layers. The beauty of this place is not only visual, but also emotional, creating a rare peaceful feeling like all worries disappear when you immerse in the pure silence. Raja Empad is not just a destination, it is a place that awakens a deep connection between people and nature. Singi de Bimarha is a maze of sharp limestone covering more than 230 square miles, with rock spikes reaching up to 230 feet tall. It was formed over millions of years as rainwater eroded the limestone, creating a strange fossil-like stone city in the forest. From above, the area looks like a sea of gray stone with deep cracks and natural rock bridges. Beneath this harsh stone surface lies a unique ecosystem with animals and plants found nowhere else, including lemurs, rare frogs, and cliff-growing trees. Today, Singi is a protected World Heritage Site with strict visitor limits to prevent damage to its fragile rock formations. It is one of the rare places where nature's bizarre beauty blends perfectly with deep scientific and cultural value. The native Sami people have long believed that this icy nature is sacred, with legends and rituals tied to snow, ice, and the northern lights. Today, the area is strictly protected, and visitors must follow marked trails to avoid harming the fragile, icy ecosystem and preserve the forest's beauty. Plitvice Lakes National Park stands out for its chain of lakes and cascading waterfalls, forming a vibrant, natural system of flowing water and movement. The lake waters shift in color due to changing light and mineral content, ranging from emerald green to crystal silver, making each perspective distinct. This park shelters elusive wildlife such as brown bears, wolves, golden eagles, and hundreds of seasonal bird species. Its plant ecosystem includes oak, fir, and hundreds of blooming wildflowers, creating a layered and diverse environment. Standing atop Trolltunga feels like soaring in midair, enveloped by snowy peaks, ancient glaciers, and endless blue waters. The name is rooted in Norse folklore, where it's said ancient trolls turned to stone when exposed to sunlight. The trek to reach it is around 17 miles round trip and physically demanding, requiring visitors to be well prepared and to obey strict environmental guidelines. Such efforts help preserve the raw, untouched magnificence of this spectacular natural site. The Great Barrier Reef stretches roughly 1,400 miles and spans close to 133,000 square miles, featuring over 2,900 reefs and 900 coral islands visible even from outer space. During mass coral spawning events, thousands of species release eggs and sperm simultaneously, tinting the ocean in pinks and oranges like a fireworks display underwater. It supports nearly 1,600 varieties of fish, 600 coral species, 6 kinds of sea turtles, and over 30 types of whales and dolphins, all sustained by symbiotic zooxanthellae algae. Between 2024 and 2025, an intense bleaching episode affected more than 80% of the reef due to ocean temperatures rising past 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Conservationists have expanded no-fishing zones to 33%, implemented boat limits, rerouted diving paths, and maintained constant monitoring of water clarity. Researchers are experimenting with heat-resistant hybrid corals, reflective shading systems, and artificial rainfall to help preserve this living rainbow of marine life for future generations. Chocolate Hills is a cluster of over 1,200 rounded hills, each measuring between 100 and 160 feet tall, scattered across a vast open plain. In the dry season, grass covering the hilltops turns deep brown, giving the landscape an appearance of oversized chocolate truffles. What makes them exceptional is their almost identical size and symmetrical shape, creating a rare visual pattern spread across the region.
Wow.
The surrounding terrain still harbors patches of secondary forests that provide refuge for wild birds, insects, and native reptiles adapted to the area. According to folklore, these hills were created from the emotional struggles or ancient battles of giants once believed to inhabit this sacred terrain. Today, this natural marvel is highly protected, with designated walking paths designed to prevent damage from increased tourism. Kelimutu features 3 crater lakes at the summit of a volcano, each with a distinct color that shifts over time. These vivid transformations are caused by chemical reactions between volcanic gases and mineral deposits in the lake beds, producing surreal color effects. At times, one lake may appear blue, another rusty red-brown, and the third black like Inca geological rarity. When the sun rises, the lakes reflect light like precious gemstones, glowing with otherworldly brilliance. Each year, local people hold rituals at the lakes, offering prayers and honoring the spirits believed to dwell within their waters. Today, this sacred site is tightly controlled, with visitors restricted to marked trails to protect its untouched landscape. Lake Natron is an extreme alkaline lake, with a pH reaching up to 10, and surface temperatures during the dry season often surpassing 120 degrees Fahrenheit. The lake is infused with sodium carbonate from nearby volcanic ash, turning the surface vibrant orange or pink under direct sunlight. A bizarre effect occurs when animal remains become coated in minerals, preserving their bodies as eerie, stone-like figures. Despite the hostile conditions, the lake is the primary nesting ground for millions of flamingos, sustained by specialized algae and bacteria. Its reflective surface often mirrors the crimson sky, giving the illusion of a haunting, lifeless alien world. To safeguard the fragile ecosystem, the site is under strict protection, especially to conserve the unique habitat essential for flamingo breeding. 8. Shangri-La Gorge is an extraordinary natural formation with towering cliffs stretching for miles, interwoven with ancient pine woods, icy glaciers, and snow-clad peaks year-round. Almost constantly cloaked in mist, this landscape creates a surreal and serene experience ideal for solitude and spiritual escape. The gorge provides sanctuary to rare creatures such as snow leopards, snub-nosed monkeys, black bears, and numerous highland bird species. Its high-altitude forest supports medicinal plants and a thriving cold-climate ecosystem seldom found elsewhere. Culturally, the region is linked to Tibetan spiritual traditions, where pilgrimages are made to honor the land as a sacred path toward renewal. Presently, the area is protected through ecotourism limitations and regulated paths to both preserve the terrain and uphold its spiritual heritage. Mono Lake is among the oldest saline lakes in the U.S., dating back more than 762,000 years. It's known for its peculiar limestone formations called tufas that rise from the lake. These formations result from the interaction between calcium-rich underground springs and carbonate-heavy lake water, forming up to 30-foot stone spires with twisted shapes. With no natural outlet, the lake grows saltier over time, its salinity being twice that of the ocean, strong enough to irritate skin after prolonged contact. Even in these harsh conditions, Mono Lake supports millions of brine shrimp and alkali flies, which in turn feed thousands of migratory birds each season. As the sun sets, light catches the tufas and calm water surface, transforming the view into a surreal, alien-like scene. Mono Lake is more than just a body of water. It's a place that challenges ideas about life, persistence in extreme settings, and reveals beauty where it's least expected. Vatnajökull is Europe's largest glacier, covering over 3,100 square miles, and is renowned for its enchanting ice caves, which appear only during the coldest months. These caves are sculpted, when melted glacier water flows back and refreezes, forming glassy tunnels with breathtaking clarity. Sunlight bends through the ice walls and domes, giving the interiors the appearance of glowing crystal passageways. Each season brings change as the caves melt and reshape, making every visit unique. Calcium carbonate and heat-loving bacteria stain the geyser in vivid hues of red, orange, green, and yellow, transforming it into a vibrant, sculptural landscape. Standing about 12 feet high, Fly Geyser continues to spray hot water into the air, creating a dreamlike scene in the desert. This feature represents an unusual meeting of human error and natural wonder where unintended actions produced mesmerizing results. Now, the geyser is under protection and can only be visited through guided eco-tours to ensure the preservation of its fragile, colorful layers. Lake Repa is famous for its brilliant pink color, caused by Dunalia salina, type of microalgae that produces red pigment to absorb sunlight in highly saline conditions. The lake's hue changes throughout the day, shifting from soft pink in the early hours to deep rose at midday and violet by evening. Visitors often describe the sensation of standing at the lake's edge as otherworldly, as though time halts and the real world fades away.
Thanks for watching. Like, comments, and share.